Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays The Binding of Isaac. We're going to start and we're going to a random Eve run, huh? This is the grindstone on which I will strengthen my motivation for victory, on which I will, strengthen my ability to succeed, on which I will strengthen my confidence to succeed. Now, I'm sorry to sound so new agey. Not that that's necessarily insulting in and of itself, but we won that last run and that broke a string. Oh, I fucking hate fighting envy on the first floor. It's not a grindstone to sharpen my optimism, that's for damn sure. But in any case, we won the last run. It wasn't an impossible run by any stretch of the imagination, but it was a breath of fresh air after a series of runs that didn't, for one way or another, go the way that I would have liked them to go, ideally. So to have won that last run feels good. I feel like we've got that monkey off our back to a certain extent. There's gotta be, like, a pretty good backstory behind that expression, right? Like, it's one hell of an idiom, get the monkey off your back. There's gotta be, whoever invented that has a great story to tell, and I wish that they told it. Maybe there's like that would be a great website, a Snopes or a TV Tropes for idioms. There might actually be one, and it's probably just Wikipedia, if I was to be serious here, but I'm trying to concoct a story. Like, for years, this dude was like, man, why am I like, he always wore a long overcoat. That's an extremely important part of this. He's always like, man, people can run so much further than me, and, I feel skinny, but why does the scale have like an extra 30 pounds on it? And then he eventually takes off his coat and he's like, oh, I got this monkey here, and then everyone's like, oh, you finally got that monkey off your back, huh? We were wondering why you had that on, and long story short, I am an idiot, but at least that gave us something to talk about during the Envy fight, like a Mary Chapin Carpenter concert or something like that. Now, I know what you're thinking. Northernlion busting out the Mary Chapin Carpenter references. It's been a while. Okay, you know what? I will take a little chubby here. Let's talk about what I want to achieve on this run beyond just the obvious. Victory would be nice. I want to actually earn a deal with the devil early on, or at least give myself the best chance possible to earn a deal with the devil. That might seem obvious or, kind of just implicit, right? And it is. You want to get those deals with the devil, so you give yourself the highest chance possible of actually winning the run. There's an example, by the way, of Little Chubby doing what Little Chubby does. Terrible first item, but whatever. We're going to roll with it. But yeah, I haven't had a very good string of luck with that lately. I've taken way too much red heart damage to be able to be happy with it, so... Or to be able to be happy with myself, I should say. So I'm gonna try to neutralize that and nip it in the bud and actually get successful here. That's my hope and dream, at least. If I could earn a first floor deal with the devil, even if I couldn't take it, I would at least, set the precedent for maybe getting a deal with the angel in the future and, all that jazz. So that's gotta be a great one, or another idiom as well. You never realize how many idioms you say on a daily basis until you watch me play video games on the internet for the amusement of strangers, apparently. Oh, come on. Okay, pretty confident that I was gonna get ganked there. Can I just say I love how, of all terminology, ganked is now, like, okay in nerd speak. I mean, not that anything would ever not be okay, but you know what I mean. That came from gangster rap, man. Most people, if you ask them, where does ganked come from? They'd be like, oh, dude, it's like from, the original Dota or League of Legends or something like that. If somebody kills you, that's a gank. Nah, dude. That's a straight-up gang killing. That is Ice Cube talking. I bet that the overlap between people who use gank and the number of people who could tell you the name of a single NWA song is lower than you would think. It's certainly lower than 100, let's put it that way. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Out of 3-letter acronyms, I think NWA is better than League of Legends. And Han. But Champions of Norath, that's totally up there. I've never played LOL, Han, or Champions of Norath, so save your MOBA hate for somebody who's not being facetious, I suppose. Or better yet, just go eat some ice cream and be happy with your life, Oh! We're a genius. We got that Tinted Rock, and that should protect us from taking red heart damage to some extent. We also got a bomb. Oh, don't break out. Don't break out. That bomb is important because I thought there was like a Tinted Rock or a treasure chest that we want to access, maybe. I didn't really lampshade it, but we got Shoop the Whoop. Lottie fucking da, right? Shoop the Whoop is okay. Especially if we end up fighting Larry Jr. or something like that. Shoop the Whoop is basically like a guaranteed 1 or 2 shot kill. It's not amazing, but I'm happy to have a spacebar item, I suppose. We're gonna get this Tinted Rock. I'm not going to get that Spirit Heart, though. But I am going to open this golden chest. And I'm very, very glad I did that. But we probably should have waited to pick that up until later. But it's okay. Don't disregard me. I'm talking out of my ass right now. And you know what? We'll get this as well. I'm going to go for broke. Hopefully we'll get a key back here. No, we got a pill, which I'm not going to take until we finish our boss fight. I'm also going to try to sneak my way into that boss trap room. Obviously, that'll require walking on spikes, which I don't want to do, or walking into fire, which I don't want to do, until we finish with this boss fight, and we see if... Oh, my God. And we see if, perhaps I might be able to snag myself a deal with the devil here. Now that we have 3 HP, if we get 1 from Pin, we'll be in a great position. Even if we don't, though, we should be able to buy something from a deal with the devil. And really, we should be able to more or less, like, 3-shot Pin with just a good little chub attack. It hasn't really been working out for me super well so far. I should really save my opportunities for a situation like that, which worked totally fine. Okay, so the shot speed upgrade can suck on my shot speed upgrade. We will be taking Brimstone. I know, stuff your sorries in a sack. I know that that's going to annoy some people, but that's okay. We're going to live with it. I'm going to take the pill now. It's Balls of Steel. How lovely. Magic 8 Ball has given us the Hermit card, which we're not going to take on this shop, but maybe at one point in the future that'll be extremely useful. And now we're going to sneak our way into this boss trap room, which should be totally A-okay now. Yeah, it is open, and hopefully we'll snag some more HP as a result of that. It's not. It's a Tears upgrade. At some point, we're going to take all of the non-HP upgrades out of the rotation, and then you'll be sorry, game. And then you will be fucking sorry. So we do still get to use Little Chubby. I just have to be a little, you know, deliberate about the direction in which I charge my shots, because that's the direction that Little Chubby will shoot in. So we should have Larry Jr. next. That's excellent, because... Oh, never mind. Our damage still kind of sucks, but... Anytime we improve our damage, we should be able to get an extra bonus in the form of, you know, actually doing more damage with Brimstone. That's not really a bonus. That's kind of like what you're supposed to do with that, but we're fine. I mean, obviously we're fine. It sucks that we didn't get any HP upgrades despite that one that we got in a golden chest of all places, but getting Brimstone does improve our chances drastically. We'll leave, and we've set the precedent to go to deals with the devil now, which is lovely. Need keys. Desperately need more damage. Might seem like it's not that big of a deal, but I assure you that it kind of is. Like, Brimstone is not... By itself, Brimstone is not a great item, but Brimstone... Well, okay, it is. But it's not as good as it can be. Brimstone is kind of like, it's the tofu of the Binding of Isaac. You know, it takes on a little bit of the flavor of the items you pick up along with it. So, I am desperately hoping that we can pick up some damage upgrades, pick up some tier effects or something along those lines. So Shoop the Whoop is basically just like having an extra Brimstone charge occasionally, which is to say that it's pretty much god-awful, and I'll be looking to replace it at my earliest convenience, or even inconvenience if it's possible. We did get a deal with the devil. We got a range upgrade because somebody up there thinks they're fucking hilarious. We are going to take 9 lives, because we still have the same amount of HP. We sacrifice Spirit Hearts to make that happen, and then we're going to take the Pact as well, and that'll kill us, but we'll respawn with the same amount of HP regardless. So, basically what did we got 9 lives and the Pact for 5 Spirit Hearts, or 4 Spirit Hearts. It's not an objectively amazing trade, but I think in the long run, you know, if you're going to take 9 lives, you want to take it basically right now when you only have 1 HP to begin with, and it's not like there were any more coming, so... I feel like that's okay. We're actually getting a little bit of money here. We have no keys and no bombs, so I would pretty much give up on the secret room here. We can go to the shop if we get enough money, and we certainly can go to the item room if we get a key, but that's looking increasingly unlikely, unfortunately. And we're still not doing a ton of damage, but certainly taking the Pact helps out a little bit. I mean, the Pact is a small damage increase, but a large tears increase. I believe, which is maybe not as useful as the mark might be for us in this situation, but that's okay. Alrighty. Curse Room is doable if we want to sacrifice a whole life to make it happen. Do we? Oh man, I don't know about that. That seems like a pretty tall order to me. Now, I was really hoping that we wouldn't have to deal with more flies, but that's okay. 1 bomb might grant us access to the secret room, which actually could be doable. Like, that could be okay. Because if we get enough money in the secret room... there we go. Then we can go to the shop via this Hermit card. Just trying to see how I might want to handle this. I think I'm going to try to find the secret room here. It is here. There's only 3 cents, and yes, I know there's a curse room, but there's no way we... you know what we could do? If I really want to use the hermit card on this floor, I could go like this, and inside of the curse room, we unfortunately just got spiders, but then I hermit card out, and we find the coin purse in here. Considering we can't reroll, just getting an item that's on sale seems really fucking useful, and let's see. We got 2 bad gas pills, so that's worthless. 1 tears upgrade, which is fine. And 1 bombs are key, which is actually god-awful for us right now. Yeah, so I screwed myself out of being able to get to the item room, but I got a tears upgrade. That hardly seems like it's worth it. But down to the next floor it is, huh? Very interesting situation we find ourselves in here. Obviously, like, at some point, all roads lead through HP upgrades, right? I can't really pretend like I'm gonna have a good chance of survival with 1 HP, but I've also only traded away 2 HP over the entire course of the run, so it's not like I've had like a glorious chance and I've just thrown it away by being too reckless. Like, the RNG is not really working out in our favor from that regard. Okay, Squeezy's like, it's fine. In all other regards, this run is actually looking alright so far, you know? Our stats are okay, with the exception of HP. That was a really terrible little chubby there. Our damage is adequate for now. Brimstone, you know, what it lacks in damage, you know, without too many other items augmenting it, it makes up for in killing power just through its, like, weird, you know, usefulness. Let's try that instead. Okay, we got Larry Jr.'s again. It's your standard first floor boss trap room, right? Now, unfortunately, where we would probably benefit most from damage, we've instead gotten tears. So, it's not the end of the world, but it's okay. We'll proceed and move onwards. It's not like taking anything else would have helped us more, I think, anyway, so... 1 key actually does grant us access to the shop now. I still think it was the right idea to take that pill on the shop. If I knew then what I know now, I would probably say, let's just go to the item room and not check out this whole curse room shenanigan. But ignoring that there was a huge potential upside to go into the curse room, maybe getting another Guppy item or something like that, taking us a little closer to becoming Guppy, or just getting a deal with the devil item to begin with, which could have been, you know, run-changing. I think buying the coin purse was smart because the odds of us even finding any item for 7 cents in there was crazy, and, you know, balls of steel, HP up, other attribute upgrades, etc., etc. Always a pretty large possibility. I'm trying to decide when to use the laser here, and, you know, that's how you know you're in trouble, I think. Using the laser should not be a major point of, like, strategic forethought, I would say. If you get into that trouble, or get to that point where you're relying on the laser to that extent, I think you're in a great deal of trouble. That being said, this boss could save us a lot of problems, or he could cause a lot of problems. But we have the speed, more than enough speed, for sure, to really fuck with the Fallen. We're not going to get an HP upgrade here, but in a way, that could be better, because that'll allow us to preserve our Whore of Babylon state, which will keep our damage, you know, as strong as it could possibly be right now. Now we laser. That worked alright. And, of course, anytime we can get them all next to one another is lovely, but I should probably just focus on actually getting a good shot off instead. Save my bombs. Oh, that was a bad, like, accidental brim snap there that actually didn't work out in my favor, though. I took some damage. That'll lower our deal with the devil chance, but in a way, we have kind of a built-in deal with the devil here, don't we? Don't we? Don't we have a built-in deal with the devil chance? Anyway... We do, and we got the razor blade. For all the people, this run right now goes out to all the people that say, man, I wish I had Northernlion's luck. And I know there's still a few of you insufferable douchebags out there saying, well, you got Brimstone, how can you complain? Brimstone is not that kind of item, mister. You better check yourself before you wreck yourself. You know, that's one for all the people who love the gank terminology out there. Anyway, it's a great item, but with nothing else, it doesn't help us out enough. So... We need more, desperately. The weird thing is that getting HP would actually, again, take away Whore of Babylon, which I am harping on because I basically just realized it a few rooms ago. So it would actually be a double-edged sword. Hopefully we get maybe like blue candle or something in here, replace the laser. Getting a dime that's top of the line in that secret room is very nice as well. 10 bombs from our item room is obviously not really what I needed, but it's what I got, so... We're gonna stick with that. I guess that Shoop-the-Whoop missed, even though the laser passed over his body. Much like Wait, give me a second. There's a joke in here. Much like, famous bald actor... Who played... Oh, much like famous bald actor Michael Chiklis was passed over for the role of Hank in Breaking Bad. Okay, that was the best I could come up with on short notice. I apologize. Sorry. That is what an apology is, isn't it? Shit, man. Maybe we, because we're on 9 lives, maybe we actually come down here and go into our secret room and sacrifice our last spirit heart here for a chance to get something. I want to be a part of your world, Little Mermaid style. Oh, really? Thank you. That's, you're too kind. Yeah, go fuck yourself too. Alright, see you later. I think I could be forgiven for being a little cynical right now. Would this, like, whenever I find myself in a situation where things feel super not great on a run, I ask myself, is there anything I could do to change this? Would Razorblade be better here? I really don't think so. Is there anything I could have done to have changed this? And really, when I think about, you know, my agency on this run, really boils down to taking Brimstone. If we didn't take Brimstone, would I be in a better position? With 3 hearts, it's not a stupid question, you know, I gave away 2 hearts to get it. Would I be in a much better position? I really think that the answer to that question is no. I think I would be in a worse position. A much worse position? Maybe, but I think a worse position overall. Okay, that was a really good play. And, I mean, at this point, I don't really need to find the secret room if it just has money in it, because our money situation is absolutely fucking fine, but I'm happy to have at least looked clever on camera, so I really, forgive me for being cynical, but I do feel like this is one of those runs that is, as of yet, borderline unwinnable, given the RNG that we've had. But, you know, it's worth noting we ran into a lot of runs that I would have considered like that over the course of the streak, and the streak 2.0. And we made it work. So I want to get back to those days. I want to pull a victory out of my ass, which is possible because of 9 lives. 9 lives is mostly a pretty god-awful item. I believe that's a bad gas pill. It's mostly a bad item. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, 9 lives. It's mostly a bad item. I like how I left, like, a nugget in my brain, a clue for, like, future Ryan to figure out. It's like, just repeat the last thing you said, and then, you know, your brain will fill in the rest of the gaps. See, that's why I was saying 9 lives is actually pretty good in this situation, is because of shit like that. I walked over the spikes like an idiot. I've already completed this room. That was weird, because I actually got an extra consumable out of that. It probably wasn't worth 1 life, but it also, 1 life is not worth very much to me right now. In this situation, 9 lives has given us a golden gift, and it's worth noting that if 9 lives hadn't actually showed up, I would be ending this run right now, which means I'd probably be recording another one in its stead, or I would have restarted this run halfway through or something like that. So, unlimited keys is, you know, a little bit late, but the spirit heart is nice for a little extra survival. Not that that's worth all that much. Again, when we're in a situation where survival is not worth that much on an individual life-by-life basis right now. But the golden key could come in handy if we end up getting some golden chests, which probably not super likely, but can happen. I'd also like to point out that, among other things that we've gotten fucked on this run, not that I just want to sound like a broken record of complaining, but I think we've gotten all of the hardest floors with the exception of maybe the basement part 1. Certainly we had a couple of, at least 1 catacombs level. I think we had 2 though. And now we're on Necropolis 1. At least they're not XL floors, but work with me, game. And we still are in this kind of like really weird position, and I'm not trying to just play up, you know, flavor and drama in the commentary here. We are in a super weird position where I actually feel like if we get 1 HP upgrade, it's probably in my best interest not to pick it up. At least, like, if we just get 1 HP upgrade, it's not worth picking up, because the extra health is not going to be worth the loss in survivability that we'll have for doing so much less damage as a result of not having the Whore of Babylon, right? I'm going to sacrifice this half spirit heart while we still have it to survive going into the curse room. We got some flies as a result of that. Wait, did we not have Whore of Babylon active earlier? Why did I have the horns then? Because I feel way faster now. That's unusual. Let's stay low as long as we can. Can't be hit down here, at least not easily. More keys. That's good, because those keys will stack up for use on the next floor. And we haven't really been gifted too much, so if we could just get a few golden chests, that would help us out here. My, oh my, how life might look different a few floors from now. So if you could stay close to one another, that'd be nice. Little Chad was a great, or sorry, Little Chubby was a great item to pick up. Now that I've said it, inevitably we will end up fighting Chad and picking up Little Chad over the course of this floor. Well, over the course of this exact next room. Who do we have? Who do we have? I am gonna get a single cube of meat. Shit, man. I mean, if I end up somehow getting out of this without taking red hard damage, like I'm actually maybe gonna get some deal with the devil items. And if I get deal with the devil items, I could maybe become Guppy, and if I become Guppy, maybe I've got a shot at this. But this is one of maybe the first rooms that I've come across where I actually am a little worried about getting hit and getting caught in this, like, endless cycle of just losing and losing and losing and losing. Alright, so anytime I can hit him with Little Chubby, that's good for me. Whore of Babylon means it's very hard for him to catch up to me. Oh, I botched the Little Chubby shot, but that's okay. He eventually doesn't get faster, and that's the position where his dreams go to die. We got a cube of meat and no deal with the devil or angel. Alrighty then. So, I'm actually amazed. I'm stoked we're on the depths part 2. Don't get me wrong. And Blue Candle is an amazing pickup for us, and we'll get the key as well. I'm amazed we've survived this long. I know we have 9 lives, but I'm amazed we've only used 2 of them. And one of them was deliberately given away to pick up the Pact, right? Which is a great item. Normally, Brimstone plus Blue Candle is not my ideal choice combination of active and tier effect, but it's a first world problem. I mean, the reason I normally don't like it that much is because I'm like, well, I forget to fire Blue Candle because I'm firing Brimstone, or I forget to fire Brimstone because I'm firing Blue Candle. Again, that's like first world Isaac problem bullshit that we can't be we can't afford to really deal with that right now. So, what do we need on this floor? I will be honest, I don't fucking know. I really don't. I think we need the relic. We need how do we get out of this one? We're not going to get 6 HP upgrades over the next few floors. The only way that works out is if we get Skeleton Key in like a secret room and Guppy's Tail or something like that from a curse room, I suppose, but that's real unlikely. We got an Attack Fly, again, a decent item that unfortunately is not going to carry us. And I haven't even talked, this is how you know it's a dubious run here. I haven't even talked about the fucking map compass conundrum. We have the map, but we don't have the compass, so normally I complain about that in great detail, but I guess in this situation, I've got bigger fish to fry. So, here's my 300-part recipe for success on this run. We need to focus, if possible, on getting permanent Polaroid invincibility. That's fairly normal. Extra damage, wonderful. But on this run, it's even more important than usual, because it would let us stay in the Whore of Babylon state, which is essential for our damage. But also, it would, you know, give us... It would basically, with permanent Polaroid invincibility, anything more than 1 heart goes further than it does if you have red hearts, because you get a brief period of invincibility to kind of, like, you know, not get hit again immediately after getting hit, which is a real problem. So, that's something I've got my eye on. I've also got my eye on this this arcade up here. That was a very good mob trap room. I'm not gonna lie to you on that one. That's solid. I'm happy to have been invited to be a part of it. Our damage with Brimstone is now doing a good deal more. And the Brimstone thing that we've got going on, I shouldn't complain too much, because the great thing is that our rate of fire on Brimstone is absurd because of all the tiers upgrades that we've gotten so far. Squeezy, you know, the Pact was predominantly a tiers upgrade pill. I believe we got the Coat Hanger as well, so we're rolling with that, with respect to that. But more outs for me include that Fortune Teller, becoming Guppy, and ideally becoming Guppy through Guppy's paw, so we get permanent Polaroid invincibility somehow. And beyond that, you know, it's picking up a fetus item or something like that. There are not very many outs. You know, it's a game of poker, and our opponent is like sitting on a straight flush or something like that. I'm not, you know, very good with this analogy. Now, Fighting Sloth could give us a tarot card of great worth. The Stars card takes us directly to the item room, which is worthless. Except, it's not. Because we can now walk in here, and get spiders, and then teleport out. So that was lovely. glad we did that. I'll already die if I, like, walk on the spikes, so I kind of felt like we might as well just try it. Maybe we'll go to the arcade instead, and we'll see if there's a fortune teller in there, because I won't die if I, you know, walk on the spikes. There probably won't be spikes in here. I still kind of want to win. You know what? There is. You're really gonna give me fly love this early. Okay. That's really shitty, but this is like the ultimate D6 run, let's be honest. If we had the D6 on this run, we would be able to make some pretty interesting things happen with all of the items that I could have rerolled. Okay, picking up that pretty fly, super useful. We gotta fucking scrounge, man. Every single advantage that we could possibly get, we gotta work for. So let's do it. I mean, what else is there to do? It's like Anthony Hopkins says in The Lion in Winter, you know, when the fall is all there is, then it matters. His brother's chiding him. He's like, why are you acting so proud when we're about to get killed? What's the point? You'll be dead soon. And he's like, hey, man, when all that's left to do is die, it matters how you do it. Pretty deep. For me, Anthony Hopkins is one of those actors, you know, he played Hannibal Lecter in Silence of the Lambs and Hannibal and maybe... No, not Red Dragon. Anyway, I'm sure that he probably had some kind of cameo in Hannibal Rising, because it seems like that is exactly the kind of thing that they would do in a movie like that. But for me, he's been perpetually probably 58 years old. Turns out that he was actually a young man at one point in his life. Who knew? So I'm hoping for pretty flies. I'm hoping for anything to distract me. I'm actually kind of hoping for this thing to just fucking explode and give me an excuse to leave, but can't always get what you want. I can't, in good conscience, push that into the slot machine. That would make me a terrible person. Sure, give me more money. Keep this existential quandary afloat. Well, actually, now that we have a spirit heart, we can come back. Well, we can come back there, yes. But we can come back onto this fortune teller and immediately lose our spirit heart. But ideally, we'll get some spirit hearts from this. But what I'm thinking is that we'll be able to grab some tarot cards. We'll be able to grab some, you know, a better trinket. And if we can get like a penny trinket, that would be awesome. We might be able to get crystal ball, which I don't really want more than the blue candle. In fact, I can't really survive with that except instead of the blue candle, but we at least get some stuff here, like, right? Like the Emperor card is way more valuable than the Empress at this point. And even if we die here, at least we'll pick up spirit hearts to take with us, right? That's my philosophy on things. We're so fast, it's actually very difficult for me to not walk on the spikes. 2 spirit hearts gives us a little bit more survivability. We can't use the Emperor card to teleport out of the mom fight, I think. What about this one? 2 of diamonds. Well, we'll pop that right away because we're only going to lose money from this point onwards. Joker card would be incredible, maybe. Yeah, and if I die again on the spikes, you might say, oh, look at this scumbag, died 3 times on the spikes. That's so irrelevant, I think, because, you know, the way 9 lives works is typically when you start dying to enemies, you just keep dying to enemies. Sometimes you can pull it out, but it's rare. We can use that stars card to teleport out of the mom fight. Maybe that's the way we'll handle that. But what's this card over here? I saw 2 of spades, I think. Just walk over here without actually walking on the spikes. It's trickier than it looks. 2 of clubs. Okay, we'll double our bombs just because we can't afford to be too picky with the, you know, how tightly knit everything is in here. I think we'll try to use the stars card to walk our way out of that, or to get our way out of that boss fight and maybe snag a deal with the devil afterwards. It's probably unlikely, but it's worth a shot, I think. 12 cents left. We're back at where we were before 2 of diamonds showed up. Just don't drop the tick. That would be exactly what I fucking need right now. I still think we have a chance in this run. We have a decent base. We really need rescuing, but it has happened before. I don't really care whether I have Samson's Lock or the red patch. I do. I would rather have Samson's Lock. I would rather have Samson's Lock than Isaac's Head as well. But whatever one we end up having to leave with is fine by me. So, keep it up here. 3 more cents. I'm not going to blow this shit up. Well, it'll do it itself. Okay. So we got the stars card. That's what we want. I did it. Read it. We'll put this bomb here. That spirit heart will slide all the way across. Well played. We can probably go back and blow up the Emperor card to get that as well. We've got a few more plays back here. Oh, that's a bad gas pill. Yep. Again, don't let anyone say I didn't try on this run, because I fucking tried. Gives us a little bit more money to gamble, but our rope's running out here. One more play, and then we'll blow this bad boy up. That's a pill. We'll see what that is. little bit more money. The pill is tears up. Okay. And we want to take the stars card with us. This should be interesting. The mom fight should be easy, but it will never be easy again. The remaining rooms that we run into, I should say, will never be easy again. So, blue candle into the body segments. We know how this works at this point. Just keep that up right there. And if I could hit the body segments and mom with the same blue candle, I believe that would be a little bit of extra damage. But I'm not really doing that effectively. But that seems to be working out a-okay for me anyway. We're like 95% of the way done. Oh, and there's my damage. And we get a range upgrade. Again, this might be a new record. Have we actually officially gotten to the point where we got no HP upgrades except for that one from that golden chest? That's actually remarkable. I'm not even mad. I'm more just kind of amazed that we didn't get a single HP upgrade from 6 boss fights. No deal with the devil, of course. So the Polaroid takes us down to the next floor, where we find Curse of Darkness, which is just lovely as well. So, I guess we're committing to our lack of HP at this point. Let's just enjoy it, right? When the fall is all there is, it matters. Hopefully, you go watch The Lion in Winter now. Especially if you're one of those people that's really into, like, you know, CK2, EU4, and stuff like that. The Lion in Winter is about this, like, crazy family, very famous English and French, I think, politicians called the Plantagenets. They were, like, the kings and the ruling class. I think it was in England. I know that Plantagenet sounds like a French name, but, you know, the Normans conquered England, and well, not conquered. Well, sort of. I mean, the guy's name is William the Conqueror. Anyway, I got my head so far on my own ass right now. But go watch it if you're into that sort of stuff. It did come out in the 60s. You know, it's a long time ago. Filmmaking techniques have changed a little bit. It looks a little dated, but it's still a great movie. In fact, it's got a little bit more charm to it, I think, as a result of the fact that it doesn't feel like Kingdom of Heaven or something like that, which is also pretty okay, I think. But let's keep moving it along here. The Curse Room, yeah, I mean, at this point we're kind of throwing Hail Marys, right? But it'll cost us 2 whole Spirit Hearts to go into that Curse Room. That's kind of cost prohibitive for me. And the fact that we might actually make it to beat Mom's Heart here, I consider pretty triumphant in and of itself. Let's fight our boss. It's Teratoma, which is closest thing to a gift we've had all game, I'd say. At least recently. Post Brimstone. It's a new My Bloody Valentine album as well, Post Brimstone. How is it? Yeah, you know, tremolo. Now. Oh, we did it! We got a shot speed upgrade, which is lovely, and a deal with the devil. Well, shall we? That didn't kill us. Neither did that? Okay. Well, I'm glad I took both of those then. The next shot would have killed us regardless, right? So, I think it was still worth giving up a few Spirit Hearts to pick up those items. I mean, you know, the mark at this point... What does this do? Alright, that's actually really good. The mark at this point is excellent for those damage upgrades, as mentioned. The ability to fly is just a good all-around item, even though it is a little bit late to be picking it up. It's still great. Don't get, like, a big head here. We're so unlikely to win this run in the traditional sense. But I think we're extremely likely to beat Mom's Heart. The chances of us beating Isaac are nearly nil. But not completely nil, surprisingly. It really has been a testament to, you know, a little bit of luck and some decent items that gave us Spirit Hearts and yada yada that we actually are not dead yet. But we're not going to gain anything. Well, the Unicorn Horn accepted. We're not going to gain anything until after that Isaac boss fight. So we got to beat Isaac in order to actually, you know, improve ourselves further. That's extremely unlikely to happen. I mean, it's a weird kind of catch-22, right? If you need items to beat Isaac, you can't get them. If you can beat Isaac, you probably don't need any more items to beat Blue Baby. Sometimes they can be helpful. Sometimes you need HP, but the raw, like, materials are all present, right? So, let's be honest. What is this run boiling down to right now? Just don't get hit. If you don't get hit, you're all right, man. And if you're wondering what's up with the red heart situation right now, like, why don't I have any heart containers? Once I get hit, I'll just die, which is fine, you know. It's like having one heart container anyway, but then we'll go back to normal kind of like, oh, I didn't mean to sneak through there, but that may have actually saved my life. We'll come back to it, though. But yeah, it's like having one heart container, basically. Now, we also didn't get a super sloth here, which might be good because it maybe lowers my chance of getting, like, poison bombs, which are actually a fairly okay item, but I don't want them because a tarot card is more valuable, potentially. No, we got Bob's Rotten Head instead. That's the ultimate, like, be careful what you fucking wish for. Alright, boss trap room. No, it's certainly... Oh, you're not supposed to pick that up yet. Should have waited until we died first and then picked it up. But then we wouldn't be Whore of Babylon, and then it wouldn't be nearly as exciting, right? Anyway, maybe that was a terrible mistake. Shit happens, though. This whole run is a terrible mistake. Should have just kept looking for my house keys instead. That's what this run is. This run is a break from the frustration of me scouring my apartment, looking for my house keys. And here we are, playing as Eve. Squandered the only, or one of the two only HP upgrades we've gotten over the course of this run. Not that big of a deal, though. Because if we can beat it getting hit twice, we should be able to beat it. Or if we can beat it while having the chance to get hit once, we should be able to beat it having the chance to get hit 0 times. You know what I mean? Here comes the Mom's Heart boss fight. What a weird situation we find ourselves in. And what a time to be alive, strangely enough. Kind of can't believe that I'm still among the world of the living at this point. We have the ultimate combo for crowd control, with the exception of having like Mr. Mega or something like that. But, you know, Brimstone, Blue Candle, and Bombs, not only the greatest Tom Waits song, but also a lovely way to ensure that no enemies really have a chance to fuck with you ever. Hey, seriously, like, eyeless ooze guy. I'm just gonna try to finish this situation off instead, and then, you know, I can get to butt-fucking you. Okay, there's a Spirit Heart. I guess Spirit Heart supply, okay. Now, do we really, you know what? I'm not gonna go to... Be careful here. Don't use Blue Candle. Very important. Oh, I'm really glad I went to this room. I was gonna say I'm not gonna use the Emperor card here, but I am. I just wanted to check out the secret room first, which ended up being not so good. But we picked up a Spirit Heart, which is really good. And gives me maybe a very small chance. And why am I still fighting Super Greed? That's a darn good question. The main reason is because I think I can without taking damage. The other thing is we got another Spirit Heart, holy shit. And I was thinking, like, since we had the quarter, maybe he would drop something different. So, what a strange situation we find ourselves in here. Now, the danger on this run at this point is that I'm starting to feel like the dream might be alive. And I can't afford to fall into that mindset because that takes me, you know, it takes my hunger away. You gotta stay hungry. It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. And I was a dog with a lot of fight in me when I thought that the game had, you know, it was building the case against me, basically. Oh, okay. Get back in sync. This is important. Not just JC Chazet's to-do list for this month. Oh. We're on the 3rd phase in one more hit, basically. Now's the angel fetuses. The good news is we have multiple kind of like really dangerous attacks that we can use to keep those angel fetuses at bay. Not least of which is Brimstone, not least of which is Blue Candle. What is least of which? Shit, dude, that was the greatest Blue Candle shot of all time, by the way. The least of which, besides being the worst DLC name for The Last of Us ever made, would be maybe those bombs that we have, I thought. Anyway, Unicorn Horn again. Should have picked it up earlier. Abel, Spider Butt, and Pills. Alright, well, if you're not going to give me any help earlier in the run, why give me help now, right? We will take Abel with us. Everything else can suck my dongle until your lips are very chapped, and I won't give you any chapstick because I'm quite ornery with the way that this is going right now. The Ankh is actually alright. I think gives us 4 Spirit Hearts instead of the usual 3, or the usual 1 we'll get when we respawn. So this Ankh may actually, like, fucking drastically increase our chances at a victory here. I don't believe that this is happening in some ways. I still don't think we have a very good chance, but we do have a chance, and that blows my fucking mind. Okay, Brimstone Polyphemus really fucks with the rate of fire, but it's still worth picking up, I think. Our rate of fire, you know, it can afford it, for lack of a better word. I guess I'll kill whichever enemy I shoot at last. This is our boss room. Holy shit, I'm one-shotting the Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Now, you know, it's a good thing because I'm taking a while to get to the point where I can actually shoot a shot, but holy fuck. Alright. We're doing, like... Okay. We're doing an awful lot of damage with every shot. Like, an awful lot of damage with every shot. Like, we're gonna win the game amount of damage with every shot. Well... We did it, Reddit. I don't know what to say. Probably that Polyphemus item at the end was a huge get, but I'm impressed with myself, and I'm very thankful that we got the good, you know, drops when we got them. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, I'm assuming to sound cocky here, you did. Click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And, of course, subscribe if you want to see more Isaac in the future. Anyway, the streak continues in its infancy. A fledgling baby bird of a streak has been born. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.